well, that could have told you one thing or another, really. I chose that actually there's the opportunity. Could have been that there was a reason why they were doing this on the West End. I'm the optimist, so to me that was an opportunity. So we even wrote a little business plan, and I've still got it. So that was our business plan. Because all we had, we just had like a notepad with spray and stuff. So we wrote a little business plan, but fortunately Greek Bank didn't ask us to. And we kind of was, you know, we toyed around with different ideas of how we could make it work. So 2 days, so we were only there a week, so 2 days before we head home, head into Rhodestown. We promised the kids an ice cream of their choice because they had been going from pillar to post all week early, and they were so good. So head into Rhodestown, and Matt went, cool, make a call. Let's do it, make a call. So again, you've got to love the Greek ethos. It's 8 o'clock at night, and they're still working.
So Karen's bought a holiday home during the recession in 2008 and just followed the dreams, and she's telling the story of it right here now. Awesome.
Like, let's do it, let's go. So rang the estate there and then over the phone, put the deposit down with the credit card, made an appointment for 9 o'clock the next morning to go sort all the paperwork and such like out. Job done. So we were so excited. It was literally like the programme we placed on the phone. Absolutely beside ourselves. So to Rosetown, we got the ice cream at the celebration. So today, so this is our last full day on the island. My eldest daughter Olivia wakes up. She's being sick. Okay. We've got an appointment at 9 o'clock, and it's about 20 minutes. So I had to postpone the appointment, but we both had to go to this one because it was a joint mortgage, and we had to apply for the. So we had to postpone the appointment a couple of hours, and about 11 o'clock, she was like, okay mummy, I'll be alright, I'll be fine. She knew how important it was, so we all bundled in the car. It was an interesting journey for the 20 minutes, but we got there and she started to feel a little bit better. So when we got there, basically within the space of 3 hours, we had a blue card, which you have to have to open a bank account. We had an appointment with the bank manager, who gave us debit cards and PIN numbers and a bank account. Then we went round the corner, so we went from like really modern bank, all really high tech and everything. Then we went round the corner to sign a land registry, which was a whole different experience. So you walk into this building, up these stairs, it's all very Greek and dusty and old. And we walk into the room, and there's the land registry man in his big brown leather chair, exactly how you would imagine they do business out there. Smoking his big fat cigar, beckons you over, he opens his big land registry book to sign it and do whatever, and you have to hand in the money, the cash, to put in this drawer. Still praying that land belongs to us. So you have to go with it. At the end of the day, that's the way they do business, and you have to go with it. My lawyer was with me, so I'm kind of figuring that it's all one. So, I'm not sure if it's still like that. We're talking 2008, I'd like to think things have maybe changed a bit. So the next day we returned to the UK. We were proud owners of a second home and a business. And the months that followed were a complete emotional roller coaster. We come home, October 2008, the major airlines that were going into the Greek islands, one went bust. Basically, the euro crashed, the world was in recession, nobody's going to go to Europe anymore, nobody's going to go on cycling holidays. It was like, okay, we've just bought a house over there. So the whole Christmas period was a total emotional. So we were up there, down there, up there, down there. We contemplated on pulling out, which would mean that we'd have lost £5,000 deposit. Weighed up the pros and cons of that. But something inside me said, no, go with it, see what you can do. So I approached the builder, I approached the estate agent who approached the builder. I figured that he's got to sell it, and he's going to have to sell it pretty soon, so let's make him a really cheeky offer. So I did, and I went to the estate agent and I told her what my idea was. It was a bit off the wall, really. But we tried it, and she said that he won't go for it. At that time, the property in Greece was holding its prices. It was only a couple of years later the prices started to drop. So at that time, she said to me, he can get what he's asking for. So he's not going to accept it, but I'll put the offer in. He accepted it. So we were on again. So we've gone from down there and we were back up there. So mortgage application. Went in October and it took forever. April 2009, we finally got this mortgage application, and that was where the shortfall was, but we'd already agreed a deal with the builder. That was just another little struggle to overcome. So I decided to, 2009, so yeah, filled with excitement, finally done it. We've got our house, we're on our way, let's go. There was a slight oversight on our part. And it wasn't our fault. We had been told when we applied to buy the house and everything. Obviously, you know, the agent was very upfront. These are the costs. These are your closing costs. But we were too excited. We were like, think about that later. So an email pinged through with the closing costs. And I'm like, what about them? So open the email. It was quite steep. It was about 17,000 euros. Which kind of was a bit of a moment. It's too late now, got the mortgage, you know, we've signed, it's done deal, so we had to find money. So we used all the savings, credit cards, but we did it, we got through it. Because I was following my dream, I absolutely knew in my gut that this is what we had to do. So next came furnishing it and getting it ready for rental, which basically meant another go around on the emotional roller coaster. So if you want to just find the other photos of what it looks like now. So yeah, another go round on the emotional roller coaster. On the handouts, because I couldn't find these photos put on there, but on the handouts there are some photos of us getting the villa ready and prepped for rental. So we went out in the July 2009 for a week. Megan was 3. Yeah, Megan was 3. Liv was 5. Megan was 3, Liv was 5, and we went out there on a wing and a prayer, basically. We had nowhere to sleep because the house was empty, we had no beds. And we actually wasn't quite sure where we were going to sleep. My pal, the builder, who lives in the village, had said to us, I'll sort you out, it's fine, it's not a problem, don't worry. So, okay. Out with 2 kids and no bed or anything, so we did, and we pitched up with suitcases rammed to the brim with everything from flipping tin openers to pillowcases, you name it was in there, and very few clothes. So in the space of 1 week, 39 degrees, you'll see some of the photos on there. We shopped, so we bought all the furniture, and the great thing about doing it on an island is it's all imported, so if you see it, it's there, that is yours. You're not having to wait for it to come from the warehouse or whatever. So we bought furniture, we bought a 3-piece suite, we bought dining furniture, we bought garden furniture, we bought beds, we bought a lot, all delivered the next day. So you'll see on the photos of us putting it together, bearing in mind that we had no aircon at this point, because the aircon hadn't been put in. So it was 39 degrees, 2 kids, assembling furniture, scrubbing ceilings, putting light fittings up. And also on one of the pictures you'll see, we bought an egg, which I think the picture on here somewhere. We bought an egg for the balcony, this one. I had to have it when I saw it in the shop, I had to have that egg. But then we got it and we didn't quite know how the hell we were going to get it on the balcony because it won't fit through the doors. So on the pictures on there, because I couldn't find it on there, you'll see that Matt just went plodding off and came back with some scaffolding on wheels. So we put the scaffolding up and now and hoisted the egg up and over. The kids were absolutely amazing. They were so dirty all week. They spent the whole week in Herringers, just being dirty, playing with cardboard but they were absolutely brilliant. And to me, it just truly shows that it actually is, it's all about the journey. That's where the fun bit is in the journey, as much as it's quite scary at times. And a good time. So this is what it's looking like now. These were taken last May, and every time we go, it's so dramatically different. I've got the best housekeepers in the world. So this is what it's like now. This is the local taberna. We know all the locals around the village, which is really lovely. They know which house is ours. That's the purple room, as we call it. The kitchen, diner, living room. That's the view from the beach back to Colorado on my early morning. So that's how it's looking now. What I would say is, I've got a few tips to finish it off with, really, a few pieces of advice on buying abroad. One is trust your gut instinct. Totally trust your gut instinct. If I'd have not trusted my gut instinct, I would have probably got off one of the dodgy buildings that I met. So trust your gut instinct. Make sure you've got a good independent legal team. So our legal team was my lawyer, solicitor. She was amazing. She was independent from the builder and she fought our corner on everything. Always use a trusted, reputable local agent. Did a bit of research into our agent, and they're big out there in loads of wars and such like. So they're very, very reputable. Accept when you're doing it, whichever country you're doing it in, accept that their way of doing things is not our way of doing things, and you have to go with the flow. You can't change them. That's their way, and you've just got to go with it. If you can meet your builder face to face, we know ours. He lives in the village. He's a local guy. And even though he is what I class him as a friend now, in the early days when we were buying his house, he tried several occasions to pull the wool over our eyes. And if he could have done, he would have done. So be on your guard, even though you're a friend, be on your guard. Do your research in whatever form it takes, like our research. Accept that it can be a slow process at times, especially in the sort of Mediterranean countries where they're very manana, very slow. It will get scary, very scary, so be prepared. And it actually still does get scary at times now. I mean, what we're 2008, we're nearly 8 years into it. And then I would say finally, just dare to dream, because I could go on for another 10 minutes about other various hurdles that we experienced during and still have to jump over now to keep it working. But dare to dream. Thank you very much. Any questions?
Yes. How has the change, because obviously you've been there quite a while now, how has the change in the Greek economy affected your business and how people are looking out there?
It hasn't.
Okay, good answer.
Yeah, the last year, when obviously the bank machines were not spitting out money and the newspaper in the typical media style threw it out of proportion, we were just saying to people, look, it's not really affecting tourists because you're getting money out of your account. It wasn't out of the cash machines, it was out of the Greek banks. So we're saying it's not really affecting you. However, if it makes you feel better, take it all in cash, and I got a safe put in the house. I never had a safe in the house because it's 99% zero crime. But I got a safe put in for peace of mind because people are going to be able to get money. It's not really affected it. It could affect it if I let it. But when I set out to not just rely on the UK market, but the European market and the kite surfing. Yeah, so that was so our European guests, so obviously they're in euros, and the kiters, they'll go wherever the wind blows. They don't care what the wind is. So the fact that I set out to do that, I think, has kind of kept us in a good place.
So Karen's just talked to you right now about how she's bought a house in recession, a holiday home, and I think the real value to this is if you've got a dream, you can do anything.
This is the address of the website. Go have a look at some. I've got a Google 360 on there that my friend did for me, so you can see the property. I'm on Facebook. There are some postcards in there as well. Talk to me.